Hello, Monsters about here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 and a brand new campaign as Albion and Dural Durak. Right, it's just some admin to get out of the way. Yes, I sound awful, that's because I think I've got a cold. It's not actually too bad, apart from the fact that I cough, and I've got a massive fucking hammering migraine, which means that when I cough, it makes my head hurt. And also, I have to edit it out of the video unless you want to listen to me hacking my lungs up every 30 seconds, which I'm assuming you probably don't. So, if you do hear that, it's because I've missed one. So I apologise. Anyway, so playing Dural Durak as Albion, we start on, as to be expected, Albion. I was also looking at the Waystone thing we have here. So they've basically got the Lizardman mechanic of this. It's not a great mechanic, but you know, it is what it is. We've got a little.
What would you have of me?
We've got a lady, a druid lady. She is a jade wizard, which is to be expected. Dural is he a wizard? Oh, he is. Yes, he is a wizard. He's got some spells: Blessing of Valor, Boon of Courage, so on and so forth. I believe these are probably the spells they got in the. There was like a. Games Workshop did like a world event, didn't they? And that was when they brought in these guys, who the fuck these guys are. They brought in the wizards, and there was good wizards and bad wizards, and you could pick a side, and it was one of those things. Anyway, so I'm assuming those are the spells they had in there. He's also got his trait is the first of the Truthsayers, which means he increases Winds of Magic Power Reserve, reduces enemy Winds of Magic Power Reserve, and increases control and reduces corruption, which is very nice. Our traits are we're immune to attrition caused by chaos corruption. Income from raiding is increased, ambushes chances increase, and we can rebuild all the waystones of the regions of Albion to gain bonuses, but be aware of invasion until the reconstruction is complete. Don't know what that means, I'm sure it's absolutely fine and nothing to worry about. Meanwhile, we also have our own little skill tree there. We've got the Teacher of the Path, which is going to give melee attack and recruit rank in the Lord's Army, which is fine. Friends of Giants, now you know me, I fucking love me some Giants, so all for that, fantastic. From the Swamp, I mean, Albion is basically 90% swamp, and of course it's based on the UK, so that's to be expected. We get more casualty replenishment rank, global recruitment rank, that's very nice. Heir to the old ones, we get the imperfect shield of the old ones, and we get the Winds of Magic Power Reserve increase as well, because the old ones they started teaching the people of Albion, and then they forgot it, but that's fine. We got the Call of the Fens, which means we can summon some Fen Beasts, and from the Mists, we get Missile Resistance increase as long as, for like just in general for everyone, for the Lord's Army, very nice. And we get the Circle of the Truthsayers, which is going to give us banishment for druidic initiates, and we get more melee defense, more recruit rank in the Lord's Army, and recruit rank for druidic priestess. What is the initiates are like they're like a unit, aren't they? So they get banishment. Yeah, these guys. Yeah. So our guys are generally not too bad. They're fairly standard. Our economy, as far as I remember, is pretty naff. We don't have much work. I mean, it was worth starting as the Raven Queen, because she starts up here. And I'm going to be honest,
what is your dark
she has a rough time, because she starts literally in the Chaos Wastes. And at one point, I think during my campaign, I had to abandon the Chaos Waste, because I was just getting absolutely hammered from all sides. And then I went back and turned it around, but it did take some time. So we've got Fiada, huge reach there, and she is fleet-footed, so more speed and a strider attribute. So she is Jade. Oh, she gets some mixture. She's Jade and light magic. Okay, so she doesn't have any offensive magic. She's got heals and buffs, but she can have more melee attack and melee defense. She can have Spellbinder, which is fairly nice. Channel. I mean, that's, you know, there's options there. We got options. So let's pop her in there. Now, one thing I will say about the Druids of Albion is they're obviously gym bros, and they want to show off that they don't skip leg day, because they do not wear many clothes. I mean, they let it all hang out. And in fairness, as would I if I had their level of physique. Not like these Chaos boys. Look at them, covering themselves in armour, not showing off their gains. Weaklings! Time to show them who's boss. That's us. First battle of a brand new campaign. It smells like a gym. It's all sweaty, sort of stale. That's the smell. Oh, doesn't Albion look lovely this time of year? The spiky mountains, the frozen grounds. I mean, Albion isn't actually supposed to be frozen ground. It's supposed to just be grotty and swampy and cold and miserable. So there's our giants. I love the details they put into this mod are amazing. The giant is great. You've got the Oathsworn there. Kind of your style if you've played a tiller, fairly standard. You've got the warbands. Some of them wearing shirts, some of them not. It's like they're on Brits on holiday in Lanzarote. We've got centaurs who are like centaurs, but without being beastmen. So they're just man and horse. Currently charging around behind the enemy to catch them. The giant is an excellent character killer. I mean, look at him, right? He's got 65 melee attack and 700 weapon strength. That's a lot. So that is going to... If you hit someone over the head with 700 weapon strength, that is going to smart. The Centaurs, of course, amazing flanking attack troops. Running in there and sealing the deal, really, as we wipe out the last of the Blue Horrors. And the enemy general then being pummeled to death by literally I was going to say a giant man, but that's what a giant is, isn't it? It's basically just a giant man, and they're just beating the shit out of him. So why not? That works too. Okay. I don't think 255 is that much money. I don't really need the experience. I'll take the replenishment. Oh, what weapon did we get? Just saw that briefly flash up. We got Warrior Bane, actually. Not bad. Not bad for a start. Right, we could go straight to it. What's it look like? I mean, it's doable.
Trees tell me much.
But we could potentially get more guys. And the only thing they're going to do is be able to get a general. It's not amazing. A couple more guys, but, you know, a couple more guys is a couple more guys. As the saying goes. It's going to help me early on. I guess we will upgrade our spells. That one as well. Okay, building-wise, we do have a special building here. The Sealed Citadel of Lead. Yes, don't drink the water in there. Probably for the best. Apparently that's where they sealed up Be'lakor before he got away. We've also got the Uncovered Waystones, which is going to give us some nice bonuses, actually. While the Waystone is being restored, the restoration time of Waystones, another, is increased. Invasion threat high. I see. Sounds like something maybe we don't want to do right now. What we would like is... the Oathsworn are pretty good. Oathsworn pretty good. The Huntresses aren't bad. The Chosen of Ishanos are pretty legit. The giant-blooded, monstrous infantry. I mean, our money's not great at the moment. That's the problem. So we could get this, but that's not going to give us any instant backup, really. We can get more. So this is our money building. It gives us furs. We can get more money from trade. So 12 bundles of furs. I can't remember how much furs sell for, and I can't do that until I get a trade agreement. Is there anyone that would want to do? Anyone? No, not even a trade agreement. It doesn't really matter. It's just a trade agreement. It's not going to tie you. I mean, we're probably not going to kill each other, so it's probably not going to be. Oh well, never mind. Spears, I mean, potentially. Those one cavalry aren't bad. The Highlanders are okay. I mean, we can't get walls, but we could get some extra defences. I do like doggos. Tell you what, we'll get the money building. Do I get this? It says the invasion threat is low, right? Low threat. Low threat. And we can get some druidic initiates. And they're not very good, but they do have some spells. Tell you what, let's just get the infantry building. That kind of makes sense to me. A catapult. I don't think a catapult's really going to help us all that much. I'm tempted to get more woad. You know what we could do? If we have a look at what... Oh, we can't do woad on those guys. We could do woad on the... Oh, we could do woad on the centaurs. What could we get? Feral Rage. Mind you, this gives devastating flanker. It does reduce their armor, but they don't have very much armor anyway, so... More speed. Snipe and stalk. Melee defense, flaming attacks. Feral Rage. What does Feral Rage do? Tell you what, shall we do that on you? Let's give you this, because that's going to give you barrier hit points. It's also going to give you weapon strength. You've already got 700 weapon strength, so boop. And Feral Rage is... Oh, it just makes you rampage. Right, yeah, okay. That's fine. So that's a bad thing, really. Although, you know, a giant going rampaging is not necessarily the worst thing. We could get Woad of the Raven Queen as well. How much Woad do we have? Where does it say? Well, it doesn't say anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Right, I guess I'll do that. Maybe we've got all the woad? I don't seem to... Oh, no. Insufficient resources. Definitely have woad somewhere. Just don't know where. Doesn't matter. That's fine. Research-wise, if we can get Guardians of the World, that is going to be really nice. The tech tree... Okay, what do we want? More growth? Nice. Research rate? Always nice. Recruitment cost? Fine. We could go for, I mean, money, extra money would be nice. Albion artisans. Let's go for the way of peace, because we need more growth. They must learn our peaceful ways through force. Jesus, that's quick. Alright, we've got more growth. That's nice. I'll tell you what, it only takes one turn. We may as well get this one, because, I mean, the research rate is going to help us get more research. Right, let's get in here, and, really? Alright, we'll build some siege. Yes. With any luck, they will come out to play.
Madness! No! Death is certain.
The only problem might be if these guys recruit and then decide to come and attack us.
A step too far.
That would be problematic, wouldn't it? I don't really want to fight sieges, because whenever I fight sieges, they always desync. Oh well, we'll just have to see how it goes, I guess. Oh, we've got 5 woad. That's how much woad we have. There we go. Good to know. Okay. So, for anyone that doesn't know, isn't aware, maybe the first video if you watched of mine, I like to fight the battles and then save the replays, record the replays, so that I can spend time looking at all the pretty units, and then I basically edit the footage into the video. So, you get a seamless campaign to me watching a replay to campaign, so on and so forth. However, I have been having some issues with the walled settlement replays. In that they've been desyncing recently. It seems like it's ever since the last siege patch. Now, not all of them. This one doesn't. Why that is, I don't know. There's some reason, and I don't know what it is. Anyway, this one's fine. But walled sieges have been desyncing for me, so I'm always a little bit... I mean, to be honest, the walled sieges aren't very good anyway. I think the ones in Warhammer 3 are worse than the ones in Warhammer 2, and I think it's mostly because of the settlements. Like, they're just so big. We're effectively going to be fighting in this sort of area. But the map is, you know, 10 times as big, and I just don't think it... I don't think it makes it a better experience, personally. I know people really wanted the rest of the cities in The battle, I was saying, oh, I don't want to attack a single wall. It's a fair complaint, I think. But I also think that may have been one of those things where if you're given what you want, a giant city, you suddenly realise that actually these battles aren't big enough to be fought over a giant city. I actually thought the ones in Warhammer 2 and 1 were fine. But what I would have liked to have seen is some more interesting terrain inside. You know, just some more ramps and stuff, because they were very flat, very static. You know, they didn't feel very good to fight over. And I think if they just added in a little bit of extra stuff, I think they would have been fine. I think the sieges in Warhammer 3 are just nigh on impossible to defend, personally. And even when they are possible to defend, it's kind of annoying that the AI will spread its forces across the entire wall, and you'll end up fighting, you know, in about 5 different places in the map. 5 separate battles at the same time. I don't find that particularly fun. So that's my complaint about the sieges in Warhammer 3. I think the arse ladders are a problem. I don't think they're the main problem. I think if you remove the arse ladders, it would just remove one of the issues with them. And I mean, I guess it would mean that the settlements were easier to defend and harder to attack, which I think is kind of a problem, because like these guys should not really have had too much trouble fending me off. And in fact, had they kept all of their units over here and, you know, used their firepower to whittle me down, I think they probably would have been in with a chance. But oh well. So we smushed the enemy general. He was rammed into the ground by our giants. Old Hairy Joe over there. Old Hairy Joe now wailing on some blue horrors. I genuinely really like the giants. Single entities are somewhat lackluster a lot of the time, but I do think while you can't just throw them at a unit and expect them to win all of the time, I think there's sort of more of a support. A lot, I think. I think the giant is a very good single entity / character killer, because like that 742 weapon strength, which 530 is armor piercing, so that's a lot. And not to mention the melee attack is 68 there, so he can do a lot of damage. Dural strutting his stuff. God, he's got full protagonist, doesn't he? Look at him. Look at that jawline. As played by who's the actor that played Wonka and Paul Atreides? That guy. You know what? The Druidic Initiates, not a great unit, but they do have magical attacks, which means murdering blue horrors significantly easier. So of course the blue horrors are demonic, which means they get some physical resistance. They get 20% physical resistance, and also when they get sad, they just die. We did have some centaurs over the other side, which we have sent up against the blue horrors. Unfortunately, it looks like they might be losing. But the thing is, when these guys get sad, you know what happens? They just run away. They don't just drop dead of their own accord. They will actually just run away and hide from their problems rather than just drop dead from them, which is obviously better. I mean, not much better, but still somewhat better. Okay, having knocked out all the units at the front, we now just have effectively three units of blue horrors, and oh yeah, and these blue horrors have become sad. And because they become sad, they're not taking damage, and because they're taking damage, they become sadder, and so they take more damage, and so on and so forth, until they disintegrate, which means the centaurs have managed to win out that fight, just barely. What's this? Momentum. How does that... Oh, of course we got momentum from... Right, yeah, that's that. It's like, what the fuck? What gives them momentum? But oh yeah, it's this. It's this one. They got Woad Paint as well. So as long as the winds of magic are greater than 15, we'll get an extra damage resistance as well, which is nice. Because they're powering up our attacks. taking a little bit of fire there, but the blue horrors aren't too bad. And of course, we've got a giant. Then these 3 units of blue horrors can't take down a giant. It would be slow, but eventually the giant would win. Go on, hit him, hit him. He shouted. Basically the same thing. The giant in Warhammer on the tabletop, at least in the version I played, never had a proper attack. It just used to roll on a table, and it would do a different thing. Like it might bellow at the unit, or it might pick up a unit and stuff it in their pocket and then do something else, effectively killing that unit. Although if the giant died, then all the units all the entities that were like stuffed down its shirt or something were then freed. Which is quite fun. Yeah, throw some pigeons at some demons, as you do. Managed to clock several of them in the back of the head. And it's just a mop-up operation now as we finish off the last few blue horrors. And eventually their units will start to disintegrate from sadness. Well, I think that was satisfactory. Just have to see how the replay turns out. Collect tithe and offering. You gain wealth from tithe buildings and the settlement are damaged. Really? Jesus Christ, how aggressively we're collecting the tithe. I'll purify and settle.
Spiders do not break.
Okay, those guys are
Jade magic is yours.
doggos.
Diaran whispers.
We want the doggos. We've got a special building here as well. The Forge of the Old Ones. This mysterious and complex building was left behind when the Old Ones fled Albion. Generations of Truthsayers have attempted to uncover its mysteries, but all failed. The Forge operatives to this day, and while many of its products are not understood nor utilised by the inhabitants of Albion, it remains one of the few reliable sources of wealth and culture on the island. Yep, income from all buildings, 50%, lovely. 1,000 money. So that effectively gives us 1,500 income from that building alone. Very nice. Let's get some more of that. And we can't afford anything else. Good. Okay, that's fine. We recruit some guys there. Get some doggos up.
You know nothing.
Need to deal with those marauders. They're on my list. What does a boon of courage do? Vigor per second. Oof. That's a big boost. Boon of Valor. I do quite like this because the magic attack's base weapon damage as well. Mist of Valor. Yeah, what does Lights Protection do? Damage resistance. That's pretty good. Let's get Light of Protection, and I'm kind of tempted to go Inspiring Presence. Gift of Life is... can resurrect dead combatants. Voice of Command reduces range and cannot move. Range is 250 meters. I mean, that's pretty good. Vigor loss reduction for everyone. Yeah, you know what? That could be quite useful. Let's go with that. And can't go wrong with Earthblood. We did get a magic art. We got the leeching. The scroll of leeching. It's not very good. It's fine. It's just not that useful, really. Getting more research and less corruption. Albion's looking a little bit more green, which is nice. Relations with humans, high elves, and you know what? Getting friends early on, probably a good idea. Because currently we've only got people that hate our guts. That's not very useful.
The trees tell me much.
Do they? We don't want to go around listening to trees. Just talk shit behind your back, don't they? Should we get an Ogham Stone? I mean, it's under... Wait, what's it? Right. So corruption is dropping here, -10. But I think that's probably because of you. I think we need to sit here for another turn and just recover. You are only level 1. Do we have a growth building here? Oh, the growth and money building is the same building. That saves time. Saves building slots as well. We can't do that yet. I could go horses. Could upgrade this one, because then we could get great weapons and woad raiders, who are just the real Jim Chuds, as they run around with literally no clothes on.
What brings you here?
Honestly, it leaves nothing to imagination, those guys. Literally nothing. Then we got storms on Albion, which I'm assuming not good.
Going forth.
Oh no, it doesn't affect us. Alright, good. Does it affect you? I think so. Okay.
Our paths have crossed.
Oh, we could get some chosen. They're very expensive. They're very good. The melee defense is through the fucking roof. I can only afford one, but I think it's worth it. Definitely worth it. I will mean we're busy for 2 turns. Could I get another one next turn? Yes, I could. Should I? Yes. Am I going to? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna get all of those because they're just so good.
A step too far.
I don't like the fact that you've got another stack there.
I heard your orders on the
You've already got 1 stack. Why are you recruiting another one? You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
You're a pretender.
I mean, how many guys? I've only got 14 guys. We are at least getting some woad, though. From this? No, this. Yeah, there we go. We could get another priestess. I don't know if I want one, though. You know what we could do, actually, thinking about this? Let's go you.
The forest calls.
Yeah, well, talking about that, we're going to send you south to go and find some friends that, well, some people that don't want to kill us, anyway.
What brings you here?
I'm not too concerned.
Our paths have crossed.
Do I want these guys? My defense is garbage. Might get the spears. Let's get a spear, and then we'll see about pushing these Norskins off. Problem is, they've got 1 and a bit armies now, and okay, so they've got 1, and then they've got the garrison as well. So I'm gonna have to try and lure them in.
Jade Wizard.
Okay, well, there's the obvious way of doing that, which is recruit a friend. Who do I want? Pride of the Sun Gods. Holy shit, Amber Spear, best spell in the game. I like how different these guys look. You got the old guy, you've got the medium guy, and then you've got the not guy, and then you've got Vercingetorix. Priest, I did quite like Priest of the Sun because he gets a fireball. Determined is kind of meh. Priest of the, 10% replenishment, very nice. Priest of the Horn, we get Hunter's Snare. We can just get one that's... He's one of those old beefy guys. Is it Glenn?
Jade Wizard.
He's old. He's the anime trope where he's like old, but he's fucking hench. Just packing beef. Oh, Wolfric is starting to become a problem by the looks of it. Oh, we've got a student, lovely.
The forest is whispering.
Yeah, do. Did you recruit more guys? Where the fuck did you recruit more guys? I guess you can recruit from your...
The trees
Oh,
tell me
that's not ideal. It's not ideal. How much are you? 98. Okay, we could recruit a couple of you boys.
much. Feel life.
Look at this fucking guy. I'm going to try and make him as fucking tanky as possible. Ancient Allies is going to give... I do quite like the Centaurs. Not Centaurs, the Centaurs. They're just normal Centaurs. I do like the Giants as well. So, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do
My
that.
Lady Area.
And we'll send you over there. Glenn, you're just going to chill for a sec. Do I want life bloom? Yeah, because then we can heal and double heal. Okay, we need to try and lure in these Nausicaans, because there's a lot of them. Are you ambushing now? Oh, you're over there. I bet you'll run away though.
Onwards.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ambush. We're going to bring Glenn. We're going to bring Glenn in here.
Yes.
Glenn in here. What you might do though, what you might do is lay ambush. You know what? Right. Here's what we're going to do. If I lay ambush here, the plan is if one of us what they might do is they might try and go and lay siege to the city. If they spot one of us, they'll lay siege to the city with one army, then attack with the other to try and get without the garrison, because they fucking love doing that. But if we're both ambush, then they'll have to run into one of us first. And it doesn't matter who ambushes, because we'll get the reinforcements, I think. Unless they get the intercept, in which case Glenn might die. But he looks quite old. He's had a good life. He's had a good run. Okay, our ambush was foiled.
Jade Wizard.
So was that one. I mean, oh, you've actually gone to sea. I mean, we could just fucking go for it.
Death is certain.
I'm not sure why you've gone there. I mean, it's still a lot of guys to kill.
Their life is mine.
I'm going to bring Glenn to help.
My journey begins.
He's not that useful, but I feel like any... Come on, Glenn. Don't be shy. Come on, don't be shy. It's fine. It's fine. What is this? Field battle? Yep, okay. Should be fine. Okay, we've advanced up now. I'm not sure why they're just throwing the Marauder Berserkers at me, but that's fine, I guess. Now, they do outnumber me quite badly, which would be fine if we had some magical power or anything, really, but we don't. We've just got Glenn here, who doesn't have any decent... We can throw pigeons at people, we've got some buffs, that's it. We don't have any stuff. Look at that guy, he is... I mean, for his age, he's looking great. So, our defensive line... We're up against the map border this side. We've got the Chosen of Ishanos. It's like the Green Knight, I guess. They're basically big old swamp things with axes. Now, they are semi-demonic, which means they're elemental, so they get elemental instability. So they get the same thing as demons, basically, which is bad. But they do get regeneration, and also they're just really hard to break. But they can break other people fairly easily. Their melee defense of 65 is nothing to sniff at. They will carve their way through Marauders, no problem. But we've only got 2 units of them, the Oathsworn as well. So we're using these to sort of shore up our left flank. Meanwhile, our right flank is held by the Warband. We have a unit of Centaurs and 2 Doggos there just running around behind. I think that's why they weren't quite sure how to defend their rear guard. I think that was the problem. So our Warband's moving in. We've got the Spears here as well. They've got a little bit more melee defense, so they should be able to hold the line for us. In their pyjamas. There goes Hairy Joe. Looking for the enemy general, which Glenn is currently just wailing on.
Come, test your strength against my old body.
And he flexes and just rips all the clothes off him. He's just naked. Butt-naked old man. The Chosen of Ishanos, it's not a kink, it's just that's just what happened. Chosen of Ishanos now moving in, as you can see they've got to 25 kills already. They will rip their way through these guys and take 0 damage in return. I mean, they will take damage, but they'll just immediately regenerate it, so it's fine. They also get their War Fury, which means that they get more stats on top of that. So these guys are doing great. They're doing really, really well. The Initiates are doing fine. All of our guys are actually doing very, very well. We managed to take out some more Berserkers. I was worried about them because obviously they can pack a real punch. Giant just laying into him. The Centaurs have managed to get some rear charges in there, taking out the Marauder Hunters, which is very nice. And Doggos, try to be careful of the Doggos. One of our Warband has moved to engage a couple of units of Marauders. They're fairly even, although our guys have got a little bit more offense and they've got a little bit more defense. Bloodhounds charging and recharging against those Marauders, forcing them to break. I do like my Doggos, they're very good. Meanwhile, on our left flank, we've managed to take out most of the enemy units there with the Oathsworn and the Chosen doing very well, and then we just finish them off with a little rear charge from the Centaurs there, which is going to force them to rout. It means we can now move the Chosen over to assist the main frontline blob, which is starting to bend under the sheer weight of numbers, although the Chosen on the flank seem to be holding their own against those Marauders, hacking their way through up to 109 kills. Not bad at all. Can you imagine an entire front line of Chosen? Just impossible. Impossible to deal with. Very expensive, right? Not likely to happen this early. The Marauders are sort of all over the place. They're not quite sure what to do. There's absolute carnage here. Glenn is up to... He's killed 32 men himself. Probably with his thighs, would be my guess. Chosen moving in, looking for targets of opportunity. The only problem is, of course, they are quite slow, speed of 28. But when they do find someone to kill, they do kill them pretty hard. Chosen, just wherever they are, Marauders are dying horribly and doing absolutely nothing in return. I don't think we've actually lost one yet. No, there's still 60 of them. They just don't die. The warrior who undergoes a secret ritual, voluntarily leaving his mortal body behind to inhabit a shell of a plant on Earth, is for becoming a chosen Ishinos champion of the Earth Mother. And there we go, the enemy army breaks, and because this is a settlement battle, they are all dead. Oh, those Chosen, so worth it. Oh, and a brass cleaver, very nice. Okay, you're now suffering from attrition. You can't... The important thing is you can't lay siege to the settlement and then attack poor Glenn.
What brings you here?
So Glenn's fine. Let's give you Wings of Fates.
Our paths have crossed.
And... I mean, this would be better if you had more Winds of Magic, of course. Because currently we've got 0. Warriors of Chotiech. Very nice. But currently our income is garbage. We do have a port though, which has actually saved us. Right, well, I'm going to upgrade you, I think, to start off with, because that'll give us access to more stuff. Let's go have a chat with, I don't know who I am. Literally anyone. I could have a chat with you.
The lady grants you safe passage. It is done.
Cool.
By the light of the lady. Do you wish the ladies? I will.
If I give... Oh, now you'll give me a trade agreement. Lovely.
A good plan.
Lovely.
Foul sorceries.
Okay, now I'm making 340. I've doubled my income.
My power is...
See, this is my genius. I'm always wheeling and dealing. That's what I'm doing. Right, well, we've managed to secure Albion. We've got some, you know, survivors to mop up, but that shouldn't be particularly difficult. That, however, is going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.